MuscleTV, proudly brought to you by Maxines, for the body you want, and Max's, because life's too short to be small.
There's no cure for this one! 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 This one! This one! This one! There's no cure for this one!
Hi everyone, I'm Tony Doherty and welcome to MuscleTV. Well, it's a great night to be watching if you're looking at getting some awesome training ideas, folks, as tonight we head into the gym with MuscleTV regular Jeremy McLeay to hit a shoulder workout with a difference, and two of the best in the business. Shape Up Challenge coaches Janet Kane and Amanda Doherty are back with a killer leg and glute workout. It's going to be a great show. First up, though, with challenge registrations closed and the first official day today, it's time to catch up with Master Coach Fred Liberatore, who's going to take us through a gruelling workout that you can do almost anywhere. Take it away, Fred.
Look, here's the deal. A lot of people find excuses. You don't necessarily have to pick up a weight to really feel an intense burn in your muscles. There's so much you can do with your own body, and you can push and pull your own body weight. So with this routine, there's 5 essential things that you need. Now, this might sound crazy, but the first thing you need is an actual chair. Now, I'm sure everyone's got a chair at home, so you need to grab a chair. Now, the other thing you need is a wall. Now, I'm sure everyone's got a wall at home as well. You also need good floor space, and today you'll see the floor space that I'm using. Given that today's program is time-based, what you need is a wall clock or maybe a mobile phone that has a stopwatch, or you might count to 30 in your head. Now, the other important thing that you need also is a really, really open mind and a positive attitude. So make sure you're well prepared. So overall, what we're going to do today is we're going to do 14 different exercises, and each exercise we're going to do for 30 seconds. Then we're going to have a 10-second break, and then we're going to just progress through each exercise, and then we're going to repeat it 3 times. So what we're going to do, the very first exercise, we're going to do what we call a plank. Now, I'm sure everyone's heard of a plank. Now, for the beginners, it's really important that you clench your fists, don't put too much weight on your elbows, and really lock your knees and get on the toes as much as you can. And imagine that you've got a glass of water on your back. So it's really important that you don't raise your bum up too high or too low, and you keep yourself nice and even. Now, the other variation to the plank, for those people that have done the plank before, is we're gonna lift one leg up just a couple of inches. And as we lift that one leg up a couple of inches, we're gonna lean forward a little bit more so we really work the center of the belly button. There's another variation which is called the scissor kick. And here, what we're doing is we're actually moving our feet outward and then back inward. And we're doing the same with the opposite foot. You'll actually feel it in your obliques as well as your core. So we're working the whole area of the midsection. If you can hold it 30 seconds, great. Otherwise, hold it as long as you can. So once you've done that, 10 seconds rest, and then move on to the second one. And this one's what we call a glute hip raise. We're lying on our back, our hands are nice and flat, we're lifting our hips up, and we're lifting one leg up, and then just dropping the hip, and then lifting it up again. The important thing is focusing on really squeezing your glutes on the way up. Again, do as many as you can for 30 seconds, and then have a rest for 10 seconds. Now with this one, you've got to alternate, so you can do 30 seconds on one side, and then 30 seconds on the other side. So the next one is a side static hold. Now with this one, what you want to do is you want to have your elbow and your feet in a nice straight line, and you basically want to have the other hand on your hip, and you want to lift as high as you possibly can and just hold it for 30 seconds. But more the advanced, what you want to do is then bring your hand behind your neck and then just drop your elbow down to the floor and then lift up again. Now the important thing is here is to really keep your hip up, because if you drop your hip, you won't feel it in your obliques, in the side of your abdominal area. So it's really important to keep a straight line, and you'll really feel that rotation working all the way through to your stomach area. Now the next one is what we call a static lunge. Now when we say static, what we mean is you're not moving. So you're in a lunge position and you're putting your hands on your hips, your shoulders nice and back, your torso is nice and high, and you're just bringing your knee down to tap on the ground and back up. So you don't want to smack your knee too hard on the ground. You just want to light touch it to the ground and back up. And this get a real burn over to your leg muscles. So with the static lunge, what I find is it's a really good idea to keep your head front and center and don't drop your chin, and just keep your torso nice and high and focus on a point in the wall. So the next one is the good old humble squat, but we're gonna add a bit of variation to this, and in this case, we're gonna get on the balls of our feet, and then we're gonna squat right up, keeping us on our toes, and really right back. So you'll actually get a lot of work through your calves and your glutes as well. The reason why we take our shoes off is that we want to create nothing in between your foot and the ground. It's important to keep your back straight and your hips are nice and subtle during this movement. Now you should be pretty huffed and puffed by now. So the next exercise is we're going to get you on your back and you're going to do a crunch. Make sure your back's nice and flat. And how we're going to do that is we're going to keep our feet nice and high, and you're going to actually touch your toes. So you're going to keep your hands to the front of your thighs and slide up and touch your toes together. Again, the idea is to do as many as you can for 30 seconds, have a 10-second break, and then get on to the next exercise. So the next one's a really hard one as well, but if you're a beginner, there's a great variation. What we're going to do is you're going to line your back again in the crunch position, and here you're going to reach for one ankle, and you're going to alternate. So you're going to lift, grab one ankle, keep your upper body up, and then drop the other foot, and then alternate as a scissor type movement. Now for a beginner, if you can't reach your ankle, that's fine. Just reach for your thigh or just your knee, and you'll work your way up. Now the next one's got to be one of my favorite of all times, and I call it the bird dog. Now in this position, you're on all fours, and what you do is you grab one elbow and you bring it into the opposite knee, and then you extend out. Now the great thing about this exercise is it works your shoulders, it works your glutes, it works your arms, it works your abdominals. It's a really great overall exercise, and anyone can do it. Now if you're just starting this out, I want you to do the movement correctly. Don't do it in a fast-paced manner. You've got to be really controlled and really engage and feel the muscle. Now the next one, we're also working on the core and the oblique muscles in the midsection, and we're going to be in a side plank position. And what we're going to do is we're going to raise one arm up nice and high, and we're going to imagine we're pushing down air. And what you do is you push down your arm nice and straight down to one side, and then you just repeat that movement. So your arm's nice and high, pushing it down, and then back up. Now the next one is a good old-fashioned push-up. Now the great thing is with the push-up is there's so many different variations. So if you're a beginner, you can do the push-up on your knees as well, making sure when you press that your thumbs are in line with your chest and you're not dipping your back, and your whole body's movement, not just your upper body. Now for the more advanced and adventurous, what we're going to do here is you're going to be in a push-up position, and then you're going to lift one arm up, you're going to rotate, follow that arm, and then back down into a push-up position and repeat that same side for 30 seconds. Again, try to do it as long as you can for 30 seconds, have a 10-second break, and then do it on the other side. Now this time we're going to use the chair. So we've had the chair we spoke about earlier on, and we're going to do what we call the tricep dip on the chair. There's 3 different variations. So in this case, we're going to have both feet on the ground, and we're going to really press and extend all the way up. So for the beginners, keep both knees bent. For the more advanced, straighten your legs, put all the weight on your triceps, and even more advanced, what you want to do is have one foot off the ground so you've got more weight displaced on the back of your arms. So there's only a couple left, so you're in the home straight. The next one we're going to do just a push-up, and then with our arms, walk back and stand back up into a straight position, upright position, back down to a push-up. Now, if you're not flexible enough to walk yourself up, just do a push-up, and then with your knees, just stand up. Now, the next one's a really good one to finish off, and we're going to do what we call static wall squats. So what you're going to do is you're basically going to be in a bent position, and you're going to put your back against the wall, make sure the whole spine is neutral against the wall, and you're going to squat down, feet flat, a little bit further down to 90 degrees, and you're just going to hold for 30 seconds. And this is a real good burn for your legs. Now, for the more adventurous and the more advanced, what you're going to do is you can put a towel in between your legs and really squeeze the towel. And what that'll do is that'll work your adductor muscles as well, which is the inside of your legs. Or you can also put one leg out, straight out in a straight position, with emphasis on the foot that's flat. So that'll really burn the quads. So whichever variation that you do, it's really important to make sure your whole back, your spine is in contact with the wall. And you're using the wall as your leverage as well. So overall, this exercise sequence should take you around about 15 minutes. So for someone that's a little bit more advanced as well, you could probably repeat it 2 times, 3 times, even 4 if you like, to get you an hour of solid workout. There's no excuses. You're gonna burn fat, you're gonna feel good, most importantly, you're gonna look good, and you're gonna get results. So go for it and get to it.
From the training and nutrition experts at Muscle & Fitness, 3 new ebooks to get you in the best shape of your life. Learn how to build muscle, boost fitness levels, torch body fat, train smart, and use sports nutrition effectively. Muscle & Fitness guides to high-intensity interval training, sports nutrition, and weight training success deliver over 500 pages of essential knowledge. Make sure you check out our free books app on iTunes and Google Play, or sign up to our e-newsletter for updates.